How much XRP do I need is the question that you usually get in the comments, which is a hilarious question because it's like, okay, well, how much XRP do you need for what? And so I always do try to be reasonable, but I do also entertain different pricing models for XRP. So I'm going to sit here and say, I do believe XRP can go to astronomical numbers. I do believe that. So, when we're talking about $10,000 in XRP, $50,000 for an XRP, I believe that can happen. The stumbling block I have is the time duration it's going to take to get to that point. And as it stands right now, no one in history has ever predicted exact times for crypto. So I'm not going to sit here and say that these things are going to happen or they're not going to happen because I have no clue. One of the main things I want to get into is like the preface to getting into the actual numbers. If you don't care about the preface and the context, which I think is incredibly valuable, you can just go down into the chapters below and just skip to that part. I would advise you don't. Now that all those people have skipped away, let's talk reasonably, shall we? Because they've all skipped to the end, so we can talk say what we want now. The one thing I found about people who ask that question, they don't know really at a fundamental level what they need or want. And by that, I mean, we all want a nice, rich lifestyle. Okay, so yeah, we have that level of want. We all want that. We want to go on a certain amount of holidays a year. We want a certain car. We want a certain standard of life. And we leave it at that. Combine that with the idea that many people just focus on the large price targets for XRP, and what you get as a result is a load of people resting hopes on high price predictions that other people have made that don't correlate to their own desired lifestyle, because they also haven't gone through the effort of figuring out their desired lifestyle cost. Someone might say, I'd love to make $10,000 a month, which will feature later on in the video, but their desired lifestyle, hypothetically speaking, could be done at $8,000. So why are we trying to get to $10,000 a month when you only need $8,000? In order to get to that $10,000 a month, you might need an extra $500,000. It's like if you could exit to get your desired lifestyle, then just do that. It just makes complete sense, right? When you ask the question, how much XRP do I need? There's a few things that I don't understand. I don't know what your desired lifestyle cost is. I don't know what is a lot of money to you. I don't know what the portfolio value you have right now. I don't know how obscene it is for you to want to kind of retire with XRP. If you've got 1,000 XRP, retiring on XRP is not really going to happen until you get to those astronomical numbers. So how long do we have to wait? Are you expecting for that to happen in the next 3 years? Or do you have a level head and a steady head on your shoulders and think oh, actually I'm probably might have to wait for, 10, 15 years for those kind of prices to come in. Maybe no one's predicted time. I'm reminding you that that could happen tomorrow. I have no idea when I get into the kind of price target ranges. I think it's really important to understand that if you haven't gone through the process of creating a detailed, point-by-point costing of what it would cost for your desired lifestyle. I'm talking about if you truly desire a private jet, do you know how much it costs to insure that? Do you know how much it costs to pay the pilots? Do you know how much it costs to store the plane at a hangar? Do you know how much revenue you could create from that by renting it out? You need to know all these details. You need to know all of the weird little costs that happen of having a Lamborghini. For example, if you have a Lamborghini and you don't store it in a garage at the right temperature, over time, the paint might crack or something like that. You've got to repair it. I want people to be that granular about it because if then they can say my desired lifestyle will cost $10,000 a month, for example, that gives the calculation a lot more legs to be able to happen. That's what I've done. I've looked at a series of reasonable short-term price targets and also more on the upper end of price targets that you can look for. And I've also assumed a very specific monthly amount that someone might want to make in order to make that happen at a very reasonable yield that can be generated from a portfolio value being really high. We're going to base those numbers and the required amount of XRP on $10,000 a month, seeing as that's a pretty common number that people go for, it seems like. And I think the majority of people could have a really nice life forever at $10,000 a month. We're basing all of that on the idea of this might not be your case, but you'd have to make the adjustments accordingly. But if you take all of your crypto portfolio out once it reaches a certain value that we're going to talk about in a second, and you put all of that into the stock market and create a 7% yield, which is extremely conservative. It's basically the standard, anywhere between 7 and 10% you'll get if you just don't even think about it. Put it in this stock market. That's what you'll get. Based on that very conservative target at these different price points, how much XRP do you need in order to achieve the portfolio value that would generate at a 7% yield $10,000 a month? Let's get get into the calculations and see what that means for you. So considering all of it, considering all these different price points I'm about to list, I'm going to tell you exactly how much XRP you need to be able to create with a 7% yield to be able to create $10,000 a month forever. Okay, so the different price points are in $8 XRP as like the conservative target, $13 XRP as the upper end of that conservative target, then we've got $50, $100, $500, and a $1,000 XRP. Now, what is the same for all of this? In order to create $10,000 a month just from a 7% yield, you would need a portfolio value of $1,714,285. So look at your current portfolio right now. You can see how many X's you need right now in order to reach that amount. But now we're just going to be able to tie in an amount of XRP that you would take all of that money out, every penny, put it in the stock market in ETFs, and get a 7% yield forever. That is assuming this. So, in $8 XRP, you would need $131,868. At $50 XRP, you would need $34,285 XRP. At $100 XRP, you would need $17,142 XRP. At $500 XRP, you would need $3,428 XRP. And at $1,000 XRP, you would need $1,714 XRP. Is that good news or bad news for you? Let me know in the comments. There's not really any point in going any higher because the vast majority of people have more than 1714 XRP, so any higher price point than 1,000 would, you're good at that point. So the only things to consider here are, if you're selling 50% of your portfolio, then you would need double the price prediction in order to reach that portfolio value. And this is also based on the prerequisites that I said earlier. $10,000 a month, a 7% yield year on year, means you need $1,714,285 in your total portfolio to generate that $10,000 every single month. Please remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. The content presented in these videos is purely for entertainment purposes. I always encourage viewers to conduct their own research and consult with professionals before making any financial decisions. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you turn on the notifications to be the first to know when I release new content. I'm excited to catch up with you in the upcoming video. Take care.